What's going on, guys? It's Jake back with another message straight from the heart. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. I know I am, and you should be too. So first off, before we get started on today's video, I wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the positive feedback on yesterday's video. I even was still getting feedback today, which was awesome to wake up to. Yeah, seriously, thank you guys so much for coming in and checking out my video. I know it was a little bit all over the place yesterday, but it was my first YouTube video. So what'd you expect? You know? But I promise these videos are about to get better. Today's is gonna be awesome. I've got some really great information for you guys that I think you're gonna love. And I know it's gonna change your life if you actually apply it to it. I had another thing that I wanted to say before we got started. Oh, yeah. If you guys, I realized after I posted that video yesterday, I don't want this just to be about me sharing the things that I enjoy with you guys. I want to also get some feedback from you guys. And if you guys have any questions that you would like me to go in depth on trying to answer, or if there's any topics that you guys want me to speak on, I'll gladly do months and months of research and practicing the thing and come back with you on whatever my conclusion is on it. I know I'm not an expert or somebody, you may not even give a fuck what my opinion is, but I would be more than happy to do that. I want to make this for you guys. I want to add value back to your lives. Like, this isn't just, seriously, I'm not doing this as like some kind of side hustle. It would be awesome to bring in some money off of it, but I'm not doing this for that. I'm not doing this to get attention or followers. I could care less if only 10 people watch my video every time I post it for the next 20 years. I'm gonna be making these videos just to touch the lives of the people who want to listen. These things are not just some BS. I will never speak confidently to you guys about something if I haven't practiced it and experienced it for myself or done extensive research on it and come to my own conclusion, truest conclusion that I can possibly come to, that it's real and it's possible. If I don't feel confident in it, I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm not just here to make content. I'm here to make helpful, informational, useful, entertaining content that's gonna help you guys out. And also, I don't want it to just be like, yes, sir, you need to make sure that you eat healthy and be fucking super boring. I want this to be something kind of fun for you guys to look forward to seeing, but also something that you could watch and be like, oh man, today I'm gonna try this, you know? So yeah, if you have any kind of questions or topics that you want me to cover and speak on, please drop them in the comment section down below. Come over to my Instagram, send me a DM. If you have my personal number, send me a text message. Go over to the box, go over to my Instagram, hit the email button, send over an email, whatever it takes to get in touch with me. Tell your freaking friend, whoever that knows me, to talk to me in person. Whatever it takes, man. Please, 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 please send in some questions, send in some ideas for content, because I want to make sure that I'm making things that you guys actually want to hear about. But since I don't have anybody to give me some ideas today, I just went ahead and decided I was going to speak on something that I think is going to help you guys out a ton. So today's video topic is going to be 5 ways to establish inner peace. Let's see, where do I want to start? I have an outline over here with literally just the 5 topics. I just typed them out, no specific order. I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna pick them. I'm gonna pick whatever one I feel like is the most important. I'm gonna speak on it, and we're just gonna go through, I'm gonna wing it. So forgive me if I'm rambling, I'm still getting better at getting in flow with these videos. So let's see, first I wanna talk about, we'll start with this one, it's pretty easy. Get outside. Get outside if you wanna find inner peace, man. Make sure you're not just going outside, stepping out there and going, cool, and then walking back inside. Get out there, take your shoes off. I know it sounds weird. There's a thing called earthing. I used to think it was a hunk of crap. And I did a bunch of research on it. I started practicing it. And to be honest, man, it's changed my life. It's helped me heal from sicknesses. It's helped me heal injuries. It's made me feel better. My energy levels are higher. I do it every single morning. I go out and I drink me a glass of my water with the pink Himalayan salt, sometimes apple cider vinegar, and I'll sit out there with my shoes off, let my dog run around, and I'll just feel grateful for this life. And I'll get my toes in the grass and just walk around a little bit and breathe and just enjoy nature. Just for 10 minutes a day if you want to, man. I normally spend like 30 minutes to an hour chilling out there, reading a little bit, letting the dog run around, getting some fresh air. But I promise you're gonna notice a change in your energy levels whenever you get back inside. We spend way too much time sitting inside the walls of our home, staring at a TV, or typing on a computer, or scrolling through our phones, or we're stuck inside of our cubicle all day long, or we're stuck serving inside of a restaurant, or you're stuck at a doctor's office, or whatever you do for a career. Most of the time, you're confined in some walls. We are nature. We are a piece of nature. We're an extension of nature. We are nature. So why in the world do you think that you're going to be able to be at peace if you're constantly disconnected from your home? Not your house, your home, outside, your nature, the nature. I'm telling you, man, that is a huge one. A huge one. Get outside, ground yourself, or leave your shoes on and go for a hike. Just get outside and appreciate nature. Get back outside, because I promise when you get back in, your creativity is going to go out the roof. You're going to be a lot more clear-headed. People who hike, that's why they hike. Most of the time, they love just being in nature because they know that it makes them feel good. That's their escape. That's why I kept hiking. I went out on a couple hikes and I was like, oh man, I feel really good after I do this. Like, it's nice seeing waterfall. Don't get me wrong, I love going out there, seeing waterfalls, looking at beautiful views. It's amazing. But a lot of that it makes me feel good. It gives me inner peace. And I guarantee you, just stepping outside is going to give you a little bit more inner peace. So that's number one. Number two, yeah, I like this one. Stay true to yourself and be honest. How in the world do you expect to be at peace if you are constantly living a lie? If you're constantly putting up a front of who you are, if you're constantly lying about what you're doing, if you're constantly telling people that you're doing something and then you're not freaking doing it, and you're going to have to continue to keep that lie up every time you see them, and then most of the time when you're a liar, you lose track of your lie. So you're going to tell somebody else a different lie. What if those two people get together, man? Then you're screwed. You're going to have to tell the truth. So why not just tell the truth from the get-go? You're not going to have any worry. I don't understand. My dad was a great father, and he helped me at a very, very young age to understand that you don't lie. Never pretend to be somebody that you're not, and never lie. Because it just causes issues, man. There is no way to be at peace if you are constantly having to make up stories and trying to piece together back what you told somebody. You're never going to be at peace. You're constantly going to be worrying that somebody's going to figure you out. So stay true to yourself, man, and tell the truth. That's huge. That's huge. Number 3. This one's a little different. It's going to take some research probably because I'm not the best at describing it. I didn't write these notes down. I could, but I'll do a whole nother video on it if you want. But I want to take you guys, I encourage you guys to go check out a guy named Elliot Hulse. And if you're actually a guy, a male, go check him out, man, because he has some really cool things for guys. But women too, you can practice bioenergetics. He teaches this thing called bioenergetics. It's in some of his earlier videos. I don't really think he talks too much about it anymore. In his most recent videos, he's kind of changed up doing some things. But those bioenergetics, hey man, it's gonna be my trademark. Luckily I don't have to work today. But yeah, so bioenergetics, pretty much my understanding of it is as we go through life, we have certain situations that trigger emotions in us. And since we've kind of been conditioned to be good little boys and girls, we repress those emotions. We repress our emotions down back inside of us whenever they start to come up. And our body actually holds that energy inside. I know it sounds crazy, but that's science. There's science behind it. Our body actually holds those repressed emotions, and it has a physical repercussion. A lot of times you're gonna have a lot of tension in your throat because we're told to sit down, be quiet, stay in line. So there's a lot of times where you just don't feel like you should speak up. So you're gonna pull your throat back in, and it actually stays like that until you practice bioenergetics or any way to move energy. But this one has changed my life. I had the craziest experience. You're gonna have tension maybe in your chest, in your stomach, a lot of tension in your abs, down in your stomach. There's gonna be a lot of tension probably in the backs of your legs. I don't really know what that comes from, but bioenergetics helps move that energy out of there too. But pretty much what it is, and go check his videos out for a more in-depth and actual like physical example. But so what he does, there's one called the bow. You stand up and you put your arms above your head, lean back, standing up, keep your knees together, bend your knees, throw your head back, open your mouth all the way, and breathe as deeply as you can. You breathe in and you breathe out, and just continue to do that. It's gonna hurt almost. It's gonna feel really weird. You're gonna feel really uncomfortable. You might even feel like your spine's gonna snap or something, but just keep pushing through, keep going through it. Your body will start actually convulsing. You'll start kind of shaking, and then it'll get faster and faster and faster. And then eventually you're gonna have this liberation that it's gonna move all that energy out of there, and you're gonna feel so good. You are gonna feel so good. It's crazy. You're gonna feel like you're gonna move more than you ever have. You're gonna feel more free than you ever have. It is incredible. Another one, other than the bow, there's another, it's like, I think it's the front bow or something like that. You do the same thing, but leaning forward, breathe. It takes a lot of the tension out of the back, it moves a lot of that energy around too. But the one that I think that everyone should do, because those are different, I do recommend doing them, but this one, make sure you do like today. I call it the temper tantrum. I don't remember what he exactly called it. But so you go and you lay down in your bed, I strip down to my boxers. I think he recommends that. You can get naked if you want to, whatever you feel more comfortable doing, man. Just feel as free as you can. Lay down in your bed, and then just start slamming your hands and kicking your feet, throwing your head around, screaming as loud as you can. Ah! Ah! Scream, get weird, get loud, get angry, feel sad. Why? Why? Anything. Just do it in your bed. Throw that temper tantrum and don't stop. Just keep going. Get all those emotions out. And man, it'll lead you into one of the most freeing experiences you've ever been in. I'm not going to go into detail on it. Just try it for yourself. I compare it, it's similar to a psychedelic experience, man. If you've ever done psychedelics, it's super close. It's one of the most freeing things I've ever done in my life. I highly recommend it, man. Go check out Elliot Hulse and his bioenergetics videos. He'll go into more depth and kind of give you the science on it and a lot more explanation. But yeah, check that out. What number are we on? I think we're on 4. Let's go with mindfulness. Mindfulness is a huge one. That's where I started. My meditation journey was with mindfulness. I know that word gets thrown around a lot. My screaming got me. I know that word gets thrown around a lot. And a lot of people may not understand what mindfulness really is. but it's pretty much what the name tells you. It's being aware of your mind. It's being mindful. It's being aware of the unobserved mind, also known as the ego. A lot of times we're just walking around on autopilot and thoughts are just going through our heads. And as you guys know, or hopefully know, a lot of our bodies are a representation of our thoughts. So whatever thoughts you're thinking are going to be reflected not only in your body, but also in your outer world. So becoming mindful puts you a step ahead of the ego. It makes you more conscious. It makes you more consciously aware. So one way to practice mindfulness is obviously mindfulness meditation, which is just sitting back. You don't have to do the home thing. Meditation's not that. Of course, they can be. You definitely can. Anyways, we'll cover that kind of stuff later. But really, I just do this. Sit down, put my thumbs together, sit there. I'll go full lotus if I feel like it, or if I'm just in a chair. Sit up straight. Couple deep breaths. And just continue to focus on your breath and watch any thought come up. You're going to start noticing that most likely a lot of your thoughts are going to be worrisome. They're going to be stressful. You're going to be getting angry over past situations or maybe a conversation you had that day. You're going to be still reliving it in your head. Even if you're not aware of it, they're just going to run through your mind. That's how your mind works. Your mind is constantly, your egoic mind especially is like against you almost. It's strange, but it's so you can survive. It's actually out of love, but it's not good for you if you don't understand how to observe it. If you just let it consume you, man, you're gonna end up stressing yourself to death. But so being mindful is literally just becoming aware of those unobserved thoughts, those unconscious thoughts that are just on autopilot, that are running through and messing up your life. But you don't have to just sit down to meditate to do this. Mindfulness can also be, if I pick up this expo marker, don't just pick it up and go straight to whatever you got to do. Pick it up, feel it in your hand. Feel that expo marker in your hand. You don't have to sit there and, I love this expo marker. But pick it up and just feel it. Right now, you're being mindful, riding mindfully. So I took the cap off, I felt it in my left hand, then I'm riding. And I'm thinking about the words that I'm writing. I'm not thinking about what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm not thinking about what I've got to do later today. I'm not thinking about all the bills I've got to pay. None of that. You're being present and being mindful. So that's another form. You can practice mindfulness throughout your day, all day. If you're walking around your office, check in with yourself. If you're feeling agitated and you're just at work, man, and you don't really have anything, if you're not doing something that is agitating and you're just walking down the hallway, yet you still feel like, then check in with yourself. Say, why am I, just seriously, literally ask yourself, why am I agitated? And you're going to get an answer. And then just say, oh, I'm not doing that right now. That was something that happened earlier, or that was something that I could happen later. It probably isn't. And then as soon as you realize that, you let it go. And it's gone. As soon as you realize, I don't have anything to worry about, why the heck am I worried about the argument that I might have with my significant other later? What? That just doesn't make sense to me. But I've been there. I've been there for sure, but I can't. It's shocking to actually realize that we weren't really in control of our life for a while, you know? And we were, whatever. So practice mindfulness if you want inner peace. It helps you kind of get back in control and become consciously aware of your life, and actually gives you back your power. And number 5, this is probably one of the most important, other than staying true to yourself and being honest. Forgiveness. You have to forgive. You have to learn forgiveness. That's the key. if I'm telling you anything, if you don't take anything else from this video, forgiveness is the key. Let me say that one more time. Forgiveness is the key. If you cannot learn how to forgive, you are never gonna make progress. You'll make some progress. I'm being dramatic, but I'm trying to get this point across. You have to understand what it truly means to forgive not only others, but you must forgive yourself. You have to why would you base who you are today, the man or woman you are today, on what you did 5 years ago? I would like to think that most of you believe that people can change, people can become better, and people grow throughout their life. Everything grows. If you don't think that, then golly, practice mindfulness, man. But seriously, you can't continue to blame yourself for something that you did years ago. You can't continue to just dwell in that moment because life's moved on. You have to move with it. If life is up here and you're still living back here, how do you expect to ever make progress? So you have to forgive your ex for doing whatever they did to you, your parents for putting whatever they did in your head that they put in your head. You have to forgive your boss for firing you. You can't let that type of thing control you. I understand that was probably a hard thing to overcome. I understand it's probably a hard thing to cope with, but you have to forgive that person. And you also have to forgive yourself. You can't continue to just live back in the past. You have to just let that stuff go, man, if you ever want to fully feel liberated and actually be at peace. Because if you don't forgive those people, you don't forgive yourself for what you did, you're going to constantly be stuck in that mentality. You're going to constantly, that's where you combine your mindfulness and your forgiveness. So whenever you are being mindful and you realize that you're thinking about, oh man, you're blaming your dad for doing something to you that caused you to feel insecure for up until this point in your life, then forgive him in that moment, right then. Just be like, oh man, when I get home, I'm gonna forgive my dad. Or whatever it may be, whatever the situation may be. The way I do this, the way I forgive people, make sure you don't just say it. Don't just say with your mouth, I forgive so-and-so, or I forgive me. Don't just say it with your mouth. You have to mean it and feel it. So the way I do this, because it's kind of hard if you're not in tune with your emotions. The way I do it, the way I practice it, do it for like 20, 21 days, somewhere around there. Make it a habit every day, 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day. Combine it at the end of your meditation. Start off with mindfulness meditation and forgive, and then forgive for the last 5 or something, you know? So the way I do it, I sit there, put myself in the state, and then I'll actually visualize me sitting across from myself or that person, and I'll just look them in the eyes, or look myself in the eyes, and I'll just say, I forgive you. Say and you feel it. I forgive you. I forgive you for doing this. I forgive you for doing that. Thank you for the opportunity to grow, but that's not me anymore. I'm not that person that I was, and I'm not the person that you wanted me to be back then. I'm free. I'm here. I'm free. But I forgive you for putting that in my mind. It wasn't your fault. You were doing your best that you could in that moment. And I forgive you today. And I allow myself to move on and become the best version of myself. Or whatever you feel most comfortable saying. That was just off the top of my head. I wasn't actually forgiving anything in that moment. I was just, in a way I was forgiving myself. But it just, so just visualize, actually see them there, make yourself feel like you're actually sitting in front of yourself or sitting in front of that person. Because I don't know if you guys know, your subconscious mind doesn't know any better. It doesn't know any better. It doesn't know the difference between reality or real life and whatever you imagine. So whenever you can actually sit there and physically forgive somebody and go through the whole motions of doing that, then you're actually gonna let that go. You're actually physically letting that go. Your mind thinks that you actually were there forgiving that person and things like that. And if you do know that person, man, go out and forgive them. Or if you wronged a person, go say you're sorry to them in person. Don't be a chicken. Don't, because it's not that bad. I used to just be like, oh no, I don't know. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna forgive them like this. But go out and actually do it. It's because as soon you're gonna psych yourself out at first because it's gonna be super uncomfortable to make you messed up. But whenever you actually get over there and you get them in front of you and you start going through it, you're gonna feel so good. You will feel so good for just taking the time out of your day to just be like, hey, you know what? I'm really sorry for being an asshole. I was going through some things and I hope you can understand where I was coming from. And if they don't accept your apology, man, that's on them. You did your part. I'm telling you, you will feel so good if you just go forgive those people in person. But if you don't know them anymore, or maybe it's just not, it's a hostile environment and you can't, you just literally don't need to go actually see them in person, forgive them like that. Visualize it and just forgive, man. As soon as you can forgive all of that, you're gonna feel so liberated. So I hope this video really helps out to kind of touch back on all 5 points again. If you have any questions, let me know. The 5 points were practice mindfulness, get outside, shake it off for bioenergetics. Yeah. Another thing with the bioenergetics things, another thing that you can do whenever you're, if you get worked up or something, whenever your animal, your pet is running around and maybe it bops its head on something or it gets super worked up and it just has goes on this crazy spree. My dog does it all the time. She'll start running around and just go crazy. And then whenever I'm like, hey, what are you doing? They're just messing with her or whatever. If I'm trying to get, hey, let's go inside. She'll stop and she shakes her head. It literally shake it off. I know it looks weird, but you can literally, if somebody's talking to you and they make you angry, you just kind of shake your hand and just imagine that you're shaking off that energy. Dude, it helps. It sounds crazy, but it helps. I started doing it. And don't be self-conscious. People are so caught up in their heads and so worried that other people are paying attention to them that they're not paying attention to you, man. Nobody actually cares. Nobody really. Somebody may see you and be like, oh man, why'd he shake his hand? But then they're gonna go straight back to worrying about, oh my God, am I shaking my hand? So don't worry about that type of stuff. But try that out, man, it helps. But like I was saying, the 5 points, get outside, stay true to yourself and be honest, shake it off, bioenergetics, practice mindfulness, and forgive yourself and others. I hope this video really did help you guys out. These things really have helped me in my life. I feel truly, I've established a happy home in here. I truly feel at peace. I still have bad days. I'm not always happy. I am at peace. Peace is not happiness. Peace is just, not contentment. It's just peace. It's a feeling. It's something that you're gonna have to experience for yourself. You don't really have any more worries. You just are you, and you're comfortable being you, and nothing outside of you can really affect you because you are so firm in yourself. So I hope you guys practice these things, try them out every day, at least for 21 days, and see if they help you out. If they do, let me know down in the comments or hop over to my Instagram. It's @_Jake's Journey. And let me know that this helped out, man. Or if there's anything that didn't work for you, let me know, and I would love to try to guide you in the right direction, because these things really did work for me. They've worked for a lot of other people, so I really do think that they're going to work for you. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down there. It would really help me out. Hit that little bell so you get notifications when my videos come out. This video was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but man, this is important stuff. Thank you for taking the time to watch all the way to the end here. If you have any recommendations on what the next video should be, let me know. If not, I'll come up with it, and I'll be back later this week with another video. Love y'all. Peace.